Trustee, Village of Burnham, Cook County, Illinois, day of September 23rd, 2025. At this time, will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Here.
Trustee Hodges?
Here.
Trustee Garcia? Here. Trustee Greer?
Here.
Trustee Richardson?
Here.
Trustee Claybrook?
Here. Have a quorum present, so please stand for the pledge of allegiance, and please lead us, Trustee Cap.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no correction to be made to the minutes on July 31st, 2025, and I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes as July 31st, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for July 21st, 2025.
And President, please.
I've heard it.
Yes. We need a second?
Second.
There are no corrections to be made. Okay, proceed, please.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed for the minutes of July 31st, 2025. So before we open the meeting to the public, if you have anything to state to the board, you can stand up and make your statements and hear what you have to say. So. So we're getting ready to open the meeting to the public, so would you just come and stand at the podium, so we can hear you better. So I will ask for, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. I will ask for a motion to open the meeting to the public.
A motion to open the meeting to the public.
We have a motion on the floor by Trustee Hodges. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Richardson. Will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
And motion passed. The meeting is now open to the public, so if anyone has anything to say, you will come up.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees. I just wanted to make a quick statement on, thank you very much. I've been working closely with the mayor and with your attorney, Stanley Pagori, on the cooperation on getting an intergovernmental agreement together for our school construction project. They're very cooperative along the way. You have that before you for tonight. I just want to say thank you very much for your assistance.
Can you, just for the record, can you just state your name, please?
Yes, I'm sorry. Steve Geraci, I'm the superintendent for Burnham School District 154 and a half, Burnham Elementary School. Thank you.
Are there any other public comments? Is there any other public comment? I'll ask for a motion to close the meeting to the public.
Make a motion to close the meeting to the public.
We have a motion on the floor by Trustee Claybrook to close the meeting. And second by Trustee Cap. So clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Yes. Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you. Meeting is now closed to the public. The lead replacement program officially began on yesterday. And so we changed out 2 meters here on Marquette. So the Village of Burnham, for the record, was awarded $4.2 million to change the lead lines out. And so we would ask that all the people who are eligible, if they would sign up. And there are 400 properties that are eligible right now. And less than 50% have signed up today. So we need the people to sign up for those, because once this program is over, we do not know when funding will still be available, and will help to increase the value of your property. If you don't get it changed, then if you decide to sell the property someday, sooner or later somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Right now it's free, but if you're waiting, then you can lose the opportunity. Again, too many people speeding down the street here in the Village of Burnham. We are going to have to put out more traffic cameras to go out the village, and quit reluctantly, but we don't want to do that. We cannot get the people to slow down, so we will do that. So that's all I have in the clerk today.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have something there.
Okay, thank you, Clerk Lewis. Public Education, Health, Safety, Welfare, Trustee Green.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Discussion on, please.
Okay.
So I need a motion to table.
Okay, discussion of, consideration of, and taking approve or not approve on making Melissa Dupree a full-time police officer. And I would, like to table this one to a later date.
So there's a motion on the floor by trustee Greer to table the item of hiring Melissa Dupree as a full-time police officer. So could we have a second on table?
Second.
Get a motion was made by trustee Greer, and a second by trustee Richard, will clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Yes. Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
A motion table and
Discuss-
passed. Thank you.
Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve on the hiring of Mr. Stephen McReady as an auxiliary service officer for the village of Burnham.
Okay, are there any questions from the board? I don't know if they have a question. They said you're making a motion.
Yes,
already.
ma'am.
Are there any questions before we take the second? Okay, do we have a second then? And a second by trustee Hodges. Clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed, thank you.
Yeah.
Proceed, trustee Greer.
Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve the consulting agreement with Fowler's Consulting Group, LLC, for the generation, submission, and maintenance of corporate grants to benefit the Burnham Police Department in obtaining grant-based funding, equipment, training, and other resources crucial to the fundamentality of the department for the term of 12 months. The client will pay the consultant a $5,000 retainer for 80 hours of grant writing services monthly to generate and service corporate grants chosen and approved by the chief of Burnham Police Department. The retainer is to be paid in full at the start of the contract period.
For clarification purposes, the way that sound, I think the clerk got it right off the contract, so it says 5,000 monthly. So if it's not 5,000 monthly, it's only a one-time $5,000 payment.
For 2 grants.
Okay, you can proceed.
I would like to make a motion to approve or to not approve
No, no, please.
the consulting agreement with Dallas Consulting Group, LLC, for the generation, submission, and grant writing. And maintenance of corporate grants to benefit the Burnham Police Department in obtaining grant-funded base equipment, training, and other resources crucial to the functionality of the department for the term of 12 months. The client will pay the consultant a $5,000 retainer for 80 hours of grant writing services monthly to generate and service 2 corporate grants chosen, approved by the chief of Burnham Police Department. The retainer is to be paid in full at the start of the contract period.
So trustee Greer has made a motion to approve this, contract at $5,000 payment for the 2 grants, so can we have a second?
Are they here?
Yeah.
No. I have questions. I would like to know
Put it in the contract. Got the email.
who's up there. Email? Somebody has questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Did you make the motion?
Yes.
You did make the motion, so now we need a second?
I'll second it.
Second by trustee Capital, clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
No.
Trustee Richardson?
No.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
All right, thank you, motion passed. Let's see what's the last one.
Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action to approve or not approve the purchase of a 2020 Ford Explorer hybrid, complete with lights, radio, high, low band, and trunk, load lock box for $25,000.
Okay, this, vehicle, Officer Bowler, are you familiar with this? I know we get this from the Park District and handle all the
Yes.
equipment on it.
Yes, sir.
We get the mint condition, and to save us some money, we don't have to, have all the different.
Who's gonna use this vehicle? Will you use it by the police?
Yes.
Did I put it? I'm sorry, it's for the police department.
Okay. Did you make a motion?
So I'd like to make the motion to approve the purchase of the 2020 Ford Explorer hybrid, complete with the lights, radio, high, low band, and trunk lock box for $25,000.
There's a motion on the floor by trustee Greer to approve the, expenditure for the police department, $25,000 for the vehicle. Is there a second? Second. Second by trustee Hodges, clerk call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed, thank you. Do you have anything else, trustee?
Yes. This is the fire and, police report for the month of July. There were 17 fire calls, 10 during the day and 7 at night. Ambulance calls, there were a total of 52 for the month of July. There were 23 during the day and 24 during the night, so they were pretty busy. For the month of August, there were 22 fire calls, there were 11 during the day and 11 during the night. Ambulance calls, 59. There were 40 calls during the day and 19 during the night. I just have a few other notes here. The Village of Burnham Fire Department will have an open house on October the 11th. Please join us for a special day with your local heroes. Come out to meet the men and women who keep our community safe. Get a chance to tour the firehouse and get a chance to see some life-saving events. Remember, they're always ready to be of service to you, so please come out and support them on August 11th. Now the time is from 10 to 2. September the 29th, the Village of Burnham and Elmvest Post 43 will host another fundraiser at the Don Pedro's. 15% of the food that you buy on that day will go towards our fundraising for our Veterans Memorial. We're in the final stages of our endeavor, and we continuously need your support. This event that we're doing, Veterans Memorial, costs us a lot of money. So we are doing this through fundraising events. So please support us, whether you buy a brick, purchase a brick for like $100, and then the person's name will go on, your service person's name will go on the brick, and what part of the service that they were in. So, or you can support us financially. So in memory of all those who have served and gave their lives for this great nation, may we never forget, and always remember their sacrifices that our veterans have made. So again, we're at the end of our fundraising, and our grand opening hope will be very soon, but we need your support. October 30th, make your own taffy apples. This is a family event. The time is from 6 to 8 p.m. But if you are interested in coming with your child, we're asking you to register at the front desk. It's October the 30th, 6 to 8 p.m., making your own taffy apple. Our garage sale is September 27th. It's the end of the year garage sale. The time is from 11 to 5. Setup time is 9 a.m. You can bring your own setup. So we're asking that today is supposed to be like 80 degrees outside. So should be a very good day. So we're asking, even if you would like to be a vendor, you can purchase your register at the front office there. The time again for the garage sale is 11 a.m. to 5. The Chicago Bears tailgate party is at Memorial Park, and that's, I believe this Sunday, 612 Wentworth. It's free, it's open to the public. You can also purchase food there, and the time is from 1 to 7 p.m. And thanks to all for saving our plastic bags. You know, we're collecting plastic bags because we're going to make blankets for the homeless. So continue to send in our plastic bags for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, trustee Greer, for that report and your information.
Wait, excuse me, I have an item I'd like to add. I've received a couple calls about a speeder on Mackinac, and I've contacted the chief, but I've got another call more recently, and somebody suggested maybe speed bumps on Mackinac, because somebody's going about 60 miles an hour and driving right through the two stop signs. It might be the same person, and he might live in town, I don't know that, but I talked to the chief. I think he might have sent Jesse to that business.
Would that be 141st, 142nd?
And he's going through 141st and 142nd. They say that he's doing at least 60, but he might be coming out of that business at 143rd and Mackinac, but I'm not positive. It kind of sounds like it, but he starts that way and goes. Somebody thinks he stays in Burnham too when he gets to the end, but I don't know for sure. I can hear him, I have never seen the car. But they actually do speed bumps maybe on Mackinac, so keep that in mind. Maybe by those two stop signs,
Okay.
might slow them down. Thank you.
Just in case, I will send somebody over to talk to the owner, just in case.
I did. I think Nick sent Jesse. If
Okay.
not, you can remind him.
All right, thank you. Public Works trustee, please.
Good evening. Good evening. The Public Works Department has been out cutting grass, pulling weeds, just keeping the village clean. Also, we have the street sweeper out, and also, they've been out cleaning up paper, for cleaning up the litter. Also, PM preventive maintenance has been done on the trucks and equipment for the winter months. And coming up soon, the fall season, when the leaves starting to fall, we'll have the truck out that sucks the leaves up. So we'll have that out coming shortly as the leaves start to fall. Also, I have a flyer from EDDR Workforce Development. It's a pre-apprenticeship construction training, and they changed the age. Now it's 16 and over. So kids in high school can learn a trade, plumbing, electricians, what else do they have? Carpentry, and things like that. And a high school diploma and GED is required for anyone 25 and older that wants to get into the program. And it's a number on here to contact us, 312-852-7331. But if anyone is really interested or know someone in high school that wants to get into the trades, I have a couple of direct numbers, and you can just give me or give me a call, leave a message, and we'll make that call and get them in. That's all I have.
You also leave one for me as well.
Okay.
And also about the trees, we're taking down some trees in this.
We would, bring also, there's like a couple of lights that are blinking, like a Chippewa, and Green, 138. And they've been blinking, I think, the past week or so.
Are these meeting items come in?
Metal army and the wooden
Oh,
ones are
come-
ComEd.
Yes,
Which ones are they?
ComEd are the wooden ones,
right.
and the metal ones are me.
So most of the lights over there,
I think
no,
it's
the
metal,
meeting
it's
lights.
the metal ones.
Okay, those are meeting lights. So,
Where's that one at?
So I think there's one on Chippewa, and then there's one on 138.
Council Bowler, when you got it out tonight, would you mind doing an inspection for that, if you see any lights that are off?
Absolutely, yes.
You will take that, we appreciate that.
Actually, we have one right here
Okay,
Oh, really?
on the street here in Marquette.
okay,
It does it periodically too.
okay. Well, that's a warning, once they start that, they're not gonna go out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure, you know, your test for there.
So the wooden pole, the Con Ed, they will call it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's several ones.
We've had complaints about the bridge, and it seems like on the Burnham Avenue Bridge, the Cal City lights are out on the entire east side of the bridge. And I don't know how to get them to fix it, so calling them and letting them know, but they don't seem like they're so willing to fix it, you know, the Cal City side. We might have one out on our side, but they have all of them out on their side.
To my understanding, whoever makes the call to me, that's who pays the bill.
So we don't wanna call for theirs. And they don't wanna call for theirs. But they've been out for quite a while, the
I
bridge.
have one more
has.
thing, man. IDOT did come and clean the bridge, the Torrance Bridge. They knocked back all of the weeds and made it accessible to walk across it. Looks good.
I called them, by the way, and I called them for Burnham Avenue too, but they haven't got to Burnham yet.
It took a while for them to get.
They gave us a good reason, right, Mayor? They said they were busy with some kind of road reconstruction or something. They had a good excuse why they were running late.
People keep crashing into the guardrail, part of that rail there, I wouldn't wanna hit that rail.
This morning, as I was driving through State Street and the strip mall, there's like a lot of garbage in the parking lot. So who's responsible for collecting that, really, or is the businesses? Because it was like just a whole little strip mall.
The owner of the strip mall.
Right. So the code enforcement been doing quite a bit of follow-up, and so.
Just because there were no cars this morning when I stopped by, so you could actually see it, the garbage, you know, but when there's cars there, you couldn't see it.
I guess that's for the night crowd, people that stay down, and then the guy that cleans up is going home, so depending on what time you go there, early in the morning, you might see that. Okay. And the ordinance resolution and planning, trustee Garcia.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Discussion of consideration of and taking action to approve or not approve ordinance number 2025-0-009, rules for public comment and decorum, and ordinance amending chapter 2, article 2, division 1, sections 2 to 38, addressing the board and meetings, and section 2 to 42, inserting meetings of the Court of Ordinances, Village of Burnham.
Would you like to move this case to the, how would you like to make that a little bit clearer for the public?
This started approximately 10 years ago, and there was some discussion at that time in 2015 about various rules and regulations concerning the presentation of public comments and petitions and presentations before the Board of Trustees and the mayor. As you see now, we have a podium over here, and henceforth, people will be required to address the Board of Trustees from the podium. And prior to speaking, you'll have to sign up. There'll be a form on the podium, or perhaps one of the officers may have it with them, with a clipboard where you have to sign in. And if you conduct yourself properly, the efficiency of the board meeting will be enhanced, and you'll be able to address their business. Some communities have public speaking and public comments at the end of the board meeting, so that the board can transact its business. This village has it at the very beginning, and you'll have 3 minutes to make your comment, and the law says it's a comment, not a question and answer period. The Board of Trustees does not have to answer any questions at that time. If it's sometimes difficult to distinguish between a question and a statement, I'll give you an example. If someone comes up and says, "Where do I get a new garbage can?" That's a question. The board does not have to answer that although I know they all want to. If you step up there and say, instead of where do I get a new garbage can, you say, how? I don't know who I should talk to about getting a new garbage can. The board will understand it, and I'm sure the mayor will direct you to one of the trustees, or he himself will address you after the meeting. We don't want to stay here to 9 o'clock at night or later as some places do. And his whole idea is to take it and codify what we've been doing over the years. The regulations change in Springfield, and we have to comply with them. So now they want us to codify this, and we're doing it. So that's why we now have a podium. It's going to be in place. Some more things will be in place. We should have a timer by next meeting so that everybody will see that they have 3 minutes and how much time they have to speak. The village, the mayor, and the trustees encourage and welcome your comments. We don't want to have anybody not have that opportunity to say their 2 cents worth, so to speak. So I'll be around after the meeting for a little bit. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. We'll have posted on the bulletin board after the meeting, after the law is passed, copies of it, and we'll have extra copies of it at the next meeting. I think I exceeded my 3 minutes.
All right, well, thank you. Any, does the board have any questions?
As people sign up, the sign up will be cut off when you call the meeting to order, and when we cut off.
They'll sign up, and when the meeting is called to order, if their name's not on the list, they will not be called. It's that simple. You have to put your legal name on it. We have room there for your address. A lot of times, what occurs is people need something at their address. Or, like Trustee Cap said tonight, speed bumps on Mackinac are necessary. So, and the topic, what you want to talk about, so you have an idea where you're going with this. So, it's all to make things easier and more efficient at the board meetings.
I have a question. Will the doors be open a little earlier so it won't like be a rush before the meeting starts?
I think the standard has been, they have the doors closed about 15 minutes before a meeting,
Yes.
and then they open them at 1:45, right? If, God willing, I'm available next week, next month, I'll be available out in the hallway, and I'll try to have that clipboard with the sign-up sheet with me and try to get people to sign up who wants to go
Okay.
and say something. So you're not, you know, it's anything that has to deal with village business, you know, that's important to us, important to the mayor and to the board of trustees. So, I think, that's the most important thing.
Okay. Thank you for your comment and your explanation, and Trustee Garcia, you can proceed.
Discussion of consideration of and taking action to approve the ordinance number 2025-0-009, rules for public comment and decorum, and ordinance amending chapter 2, article 2, division 1, sections 2 to 38, addressing the board at meetings, and section 2 to 42, disturbing meetings of the Code of Ordinances, Village of Burnham.
Okay, so Trustee Garcia has made a motion to approve this ordinance.
I'll second it.
It's being seconded by Trustee Cap, will the clerk call the roll?
Trustee Cap?
Yes.
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia? Yes. Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed, thank you. Proceed, Trustee Garcia.
Discussion of consideration of and taking action to approve or not approve resolution number 2025-R0118, resolution for authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between Burnham School, District 154.5, and Illinois Unit of Local Government and the Village of Burnham and Burnham Township.
This ordinance is a culmination of over a year's worth of work between the school district 154 and a half, with the superintendent, Mr. Geraci, who's sitting in the audience there. He spoke briefly about it. But this document is about 7-8 pages long, and it has attached to it a site description where the village is going to give the school district authority to place certain retention units within the public way. I want to thank Superintendent Geraci. We started this about a year ago, and with about 3, maybe 4 weeks ago, 2 engineers, one from the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, the mayor, our own village engineer, our own village surveyor, our building commissioner, myself, and Mr. Geraci, Superintendent Geraci, were on site and culminated and finished the final touches of a 7-page or 8-page agreement, and over 200 pages worth of engineering that we went through, and they're going to develop the school with a green infrastructure to help alleviate the flooding that might occur if it were left the way it is. Is there anything you want to add to that, Mr. Tracy, or Superintendent Tracy?
Just briefly, like I said, thanks again, but I wanted to say that I think it'll be a big benefit for the village of Burnham, especially, like I said, in times of heavy rain, that it's going to prevent a lot of that water from going into the storm sewers and flooding in these districts here. And it's going to be an excellent resource for the community, for families, et cetera, well, because there's going to be porous surfaces that allow the rainwater to go through on our property and not be sent into the storm water, but it's also going to be a nice area that has some of the same playground equipment, some new playground equipment, an AstroTurf field that is out there so it prevents all the mud and the puddling in the water and stuff. But I think it'll be an excellent resource for our families to be able to use that as well.
Could you tell the board and the people present approximately the cost of this improvement?
Yes, and it's been with the work of Green Print Partners and with MWRD. This is about a $2 million project that we're endeavoring, but we are responsible for about 10% of it. So the school district, which is, finance comes from our taxpayers, is only paying 10% of that cost. And MWRD and Green Print have obtained grants to pay for the next 1.8 million or so to get this project underway. So while we've been working on this for close to a year, I've been working on this with Green Print and MWRD for over 2 years. So it's been a long time coming. We're looking to getting construction started in October and getting a lot of that grant-funded portion of the construction done by the end of this December with continuation in the spring. So I know they're looking to use much of that grant-funded money on this calendar year as possible, and then the rest of it next year.
Okay, we've always worked good together to get things done for the residents of Burnham, and people of Burnham.
Thank you.
Okay, proceed, Trustee Garcia, with the resolution.
So make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-R-011A, resolution for authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between Burnham School District 154 and a half and Illinois Unit of Local Government in the Village of Burnham and Thornton Township, the County, Illinois.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor by Trustee Garcia to get this resolution approved and passed. Do we have a second?
Second it.
Second by Trustee Hodges. Ms. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes?
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion passed, thank you. Is there anything else, Trustee Garcia? Thank you.
Thank you.
Finance Trustee Kemp.
Good evening, everyone. Discussion of, consideration of, and taking action on authorizing the payment of last month's bills and this month's bills. I'd like to make a motion to approve the payment of this month's and last month's bills.
So there's a motion on the floor by Trustee Cap to approve the bills for last month and this month. So could we have a second, please?
Second.
A second by Trustee Clifford. Ms. Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Cap?
Yes?
Trustee Hodges?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia?
Yes.
Trustee Greer?
Yes.
Trustee Richardson?
Yes.
Trustee Claybrook?
Yes.
Motion carries. That's it, trustee
That's
Gibson.
it, thank you.
Trustee Richardson, public utilities.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
With the seasons changing, we need to get ready for cooler weather. Tips for keeping your home comfortable. Replace your furnace filters monthly for the best airflow. Use weather stripping on your windows and doors. Update your holiday decor with LED lights and smart outlets for energy efficiency. And weatherization and heating and cooling improvements could save you hundreds of dollars. So, lower your energy costs while making your home more comfortable year-round. Eligible customers can complete a free in-home energy assessment and can qualify for additional no-cost services. So these are things that are offered by ComEd. And if you're interested, you can go to their website. It's comed.com/assessment, or you can call 855-433-2700. And CEDA will be accepting applications for assistance with your utilities starting in October. They will be at our fire department open house on October 11th. So anyone in need of the services, feel free to come to the open house on October 11th. That's it.
Thank you, trustee Richardson, for that report and your information. Park and Recreation, trustee Hodges.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I want to thank everybody for their support for our first annual Burnham Day of Play. It was a really, really fun day. I want to thank Mayor Pope for barbecuing. He actually got to meet her. I appreciate that. You did a great job. Thank you so much for helping us out. Trustee Greer, for all your wisdom and helping me to plan and put this together. I mean, Mr. Johnson, and thank you so much for your help. Going of all this stuff and just being patient with me as we go through this. Trustee Claybrook said thank you. Trustee Garcia, all of the trustees. I want to thank, I'll be specific because it took specific people to put this together. I always say that Burnham, we come together with love, and this is a really great thing. I want to thank the clerk and Miss Christina, Marissa, and the whole off staff for the candy bag. You came together, we made this work. The kids had fun. It was a good day, and it's an event that we're going to do hopefully for many years to come. We're going to keep doing that. I think it was successful. It was really fun. And again, thank everyone who came out. We had some people who came out this Saturday. Thank y'all for y'all support and coming out and supporting our young people. I want to thank Burnham School for partnering with that. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that every single time you help us out. That's amazing. And we'll keep that going. Yes, and thank you. And again, like Trustee Greer, we're really looking forward to our firehouse open house. That's October 11th. Please come out and support our firefighters. They have been amazing. A lot of times you don't see them, but they are working hard every night, and I want us to come out and support our fire department. They work really hard, and it's another event for the kids, another event for the family where you can learn some fire safety. And they do a fire, exactly, the fire demonstration, which is really, really cool. The kids love it. So come out October 11th at the fire department and support the firefighters. And that's all I got for right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, trustee Hodges, for your report and that information. At this time, we have presentation of petition. And we have a couple of groups that would like to speak to us this evening. I guess we'll have Mr. Jerome Bird to stand up and give us whatever they have to present.
Hi,
Hello.
my name is Dorothy Burge, and I am a quilter. I am part of the Women of Color Quilters Network. We are a national organization that quilts about social justice issues in the history of African Americans in this country. And so what I would like to do is come to Burnham and create an artist space where I can teach about the history of African Americans, especially to high school and college students, and to exhibit different things that are important. For example, this is one of the quilts that I did, after George Floyd was killed. It's called I Can't Breathe. And it talks about the fact that, you know, what happened to us and how we protested to get justice for George Floyd. And so, this person here, like that. Leave the light for 1 second. Okay. This person here is Eric Blackman. Eric Blackman did 16 years for a crime he didn't commit. I am also part of the Chicago Torture Justice Center, and I have worked for reparations in the city of Chicago. We are the first city in the country to give reparations to African Americans, and I worked on that issue for over 20 years. And so we finally did get the reparations. This is the other quilt about George Floyd. And we were talking about how do we raise awareness about what's happening in the community and what should we do about what's happening in the community, and how do we document and keep our history. And so one of the things that I would like to, yes, Eric Blackman is the quilt that this person was. Yes. And so you can bring him down, Catherine, so you can see his face. You can bring him down. Okay. So when I met Eric Blackman, he had just gotten out of prison. And I reached out to him and I said, I heard you speak. Can you please send me something so that I can turn you into a quilt? Now, after he started laughing about that, he did send me this. 15 years, 7 months, 4 weeks, 1 day, 16 hours, and 33 minutes to be exact. 5,724 dreadful days, 137,416 and a half hours, 8,244,993 miserable minutes, and I won't forget a second of it. I missed 66 of my kids' birthdays, 337 holidays, 16 vacations, 14 graduations, 11 funerals, first steps, first words, all of my 20s, half of my 30s, most of my life. I lost everything I had, every dime I had, 4 appeals, friends, family, my fiance, my relationship with my kids. At times I lost faith, other times I lost hope, a few times I even lost myself, but I survived. I survived the conditions, I survived the honorary tyrannical officers, some wolfish, vulturous inmates, a stabbing, being jumped, 2 black eyes, 2 busted lips, 1 chipped tooth, a busted head, 6 stitches, 1 broken nose, 1 fractured arm, 1 concussion, the suffering, the pain, the loss, but I overcame, I endured by never hearing, never seeing, never speaking, never caring, never feeling, never loving, never resting, never giving up. For 15 years, 7 months, 4 weeks, 1 day, 16 hours, and 33 minutes to be exact. All for a crime I didn't commit, and I can't forget a second of it, but who's counting? So he is now out. His family came to him, they said, look, we don't have money to put on your books. This is all the money we have. He took the money that they gave him. He went back to school online. He became a barber. He took the money that he made cutting hair, went back to school online, became a paralegal, filed his own appeal, got himself out, is now a student at Northwestern Law School. So, meeting these people who are doing some incredible work has really impacted me. And so that is why I do the social justice quilts. And that's why it's important to me. I'll go very quickly through this. Thank you. Okay, so these are my ancestors. That's my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my great-great-grandmother. They were all quilters. And when I was young, I would go to Mississippi and they would try to teach me a quilt, but I would say, no, that's for old people, I'm not doing it. So as I got old, I started to do it. And so these are some of the first quilts that I made, and these quilts were just really because I wanted art in my house, and so that's what I started doing, making quilts that I could hang on the wall. And this is another one. I went to Ghana, and I took photos and I turned them into quilts. This was actually a book cover that I used, the cover of the book, and recreated it and turned it into a quilt. And then I went and met this incredible man, James Cameron, who survived the lynching in Marion, Indiana, when he was 16 years old. And so 3 other people had been lynched at the same time, and they cut him down because somebody in the crowd said, cut him down, he didn't do anything. And so when I went, he created the Black Holocaust Museum in Milwaukee. So when I went to Milwaukee and I met him, I was so impacted by who he was that I actually created this quilt to honor him. And these tags have all of the things that he's done, like he created 3 NAACP organizations. He created the Black Holocaust Museum, was an incredible person. And then I was with the Women of Color Quilters in Ohio, and I'm standing by the quilt. They said, go stand by the quilt. I go stand by the quilt, and all of a sudden this young man comes up, and you can see he looks like the person on the quilt, and it's his son. And he's in tears. So I'm glad this picture is blurred because we were both crying because I did not expect to meet him, and he said I was not expecting anybody to honor my father like this. And so it was a very emotional experience. This is Ida B. Wells. I live in Chicago in Bronzeville. Ida B. Wells lived across the street. Her house was across the street from me. So I created a quilt of her. These are other women who have inspired me. Coretta Scott King, Betty Shabazz, Lorraine Hansberry, you know, and so I did quilts of Gwendolyn Brooks and all of these people because these are people who really inspired me. Then Trayvon Martin was killed, and that's when I stopped doing quilts just for my house and started doing social justice quilts. So at first I'm out protesting and I would get Skittles and iced tea, and then I started protesting and I made a quilt. And this is called Trayvon Could Be My Son. There he is, there I'm protesting in Chicago to get, and then I meet Trayvon's mother and father, and they signed the quilt. And so I kept that quilt and I made another quilt. That quilt is now part of the permanent collection in the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. So this quilt has traveled around the country, and it's been something that I hope that has changed people's way of thinking about history and telling stories. I am Troy Davis. Troy Davis was executed for a crime he didn't commit. And so people were out protesting, and we were out protesting in Chicago, and it came on the speaker that they were not going to execute him. And so we all went home, and by the time we got home, he had been executed. And so I created this quilt called I Am Troy Davis, and Anubis is the person that takes you to see if you deserve an afterlife. The Ankh is the symbol of everlasting life. When Nelson Mandela was, when he passed away, we were asked by the people in South Africa if we would do quilts to honor Nelson Mandela. And so Nelson Mandela's original name was Madiba. And so that was the name he was given when he was born, and it was changed to Nelson when he went to school. So I did a quilt of Madiba. This is another quilt, another person that was killed by Chicago police 16 times. We shot 16 times. Laquan McDonald. I pulled the autopsy report, and I used a photograph of one of my nephews, and I put the bullet holes every place he had been shot. And so this is a quilt that has also traveled to many different places around the country. And you can see that those are some of the places where he was shot. And then I am working with people for the campaign to end the death penalty. And one of the people who had been a model prisoner for 35 years, Ronaldo Hudson, was in prison. And so we created this quilt to raise awareness about getting Ronaldo out. And that is Ronaldo getting out of prison. He is now working to help people who are returning from prison. And this is the work that he's doing right now. Gerald Reed, also someone who was tortured by Police Commander John Burge. And so I met his mother. His mother gave me a photograph of him and his niece, and so I created a quilt of them. And so this quilt is now at the Chicago Torture Justice Center in Chicago. This is Gerald Reed when he was actually released. And I was inspired by the AIDS quilt, and I was like, how can I use what people do with the AIDS quilt to help people send messages about what's happening in this country? And so that's the memorial quilt. And then I have been invited to a number of different organizations here. I am at the University of Chicago, and I am teaching a session about how to do quilts to send messages to people who were tortured by the police who are still incarcerated. And these are some of the messages, not that were done at the University of Chicago. I was also invited to come to DePaul, and so I also did those workshops at DePaul and University of Illinois at Chicago. And so those are the young people who are from the University of Chicago. And so we exhibit those patches, and I probably have about 500 of the different patches that we take out at different times to see the messages that people want to send to the people who are still incarcerated, who were tortured by John Burge. There are still 23 of them who are still incarcerated. And so this was the Logan Center for the Arts, which is part of the University of Chicago. And those people that you see hanging with the stripes on their faces were the people who were tortured by John Burge, who are turned into quilts. The aunts are two trans women who were murdered, that nobody is talking about the fact that we have trans women who have been murdered in Chicago. And so we have those on as part of the exhibit, the patches. These are some of the quilts that were done to honor the people who are still incarcerated, who were tortured by John Burge. These were actually hanging at DePaul. And while I was at DePaul, this young man comes in and he brings his mother. He's Antonio Nicholas. He was just released, and someone said, go to DePaul and see the quilt that they have of you. Michelle Clopton, just released. She is one of the women tortured by John Burge. She is now working with youth and is part of the University of Chicago program. I Can't Breathe, you all have seen those. This is what happened when I was out protesting after George Floyd was killed. We have a serial killer in Chicago, and this young man is raising awareness about it. The serial killer over the last 10 years has killed 75 African American women, and nobody seems to be talking about it. So when I met him and he said, I was like, what do you mean, who killed our girls? And he said, we have a serial killer in Chicago. I said, I never heard that. So he gave me these different articles that showed me what was happening in Chicago. And then I turned him into a quilt, Who Killed Our Girls. And so he has been at different exhibitions around the country also. Free Centoya, the young woman at age 16 who killed the man who bought her for sex and told her, you're not gonna leave or else I'm gonna kill you. So she did a number of years. and then, she was finally released. That's Eric Blackman, and we just saw his quilt, and we just, read what he wrote. And that is him at one of the exhibits that we had where the quilt was actually hanging. This is Albert Woodfox, who did 44 years in solitary confinement. And so when he got out, I was like so impressed with the kind of human being that he was, his kindness. And so I asked him if I could turn him into a quilt. Of course, he laughed, because they always laugh when I say, can I turn you into a quilt? And so he wrote the book Solitary, and then he passed away 2 years after he was released from COVID. This is one of the women that I was talking about, one of the Black trans women who had been murdered. And so I turned also them into a quilt to raise awareness about that issue. That's another one, and I turned her into a quilt also. Colonel Charles Young was the highest ranking African-American officer in the military. He was forced to retire because he had a medical condition. His medical condition was high blood pressure. And so after they forced him to retire, he was promoted to general 100 years after he passed away. Black Pioneers, this is an exhibit that is in Florida, and I created Stagecoach Mary, who delivered the first African-American woman to deliver mail in the city, in the country, and she is really well known. These are 4 quilts that are at the American Writers Museum, and these are all different writers. I Matter, the Black Lives Matter movement, Stop Killing Us. I also took a class at the University of Chicago where they said, let's do Afrofuturism. So I took one of the buffaloes that I met when I was in Kenya and turned him into a human being. And then I turned myself into a buffalo. So these 2 quilts right now are at the Art Institute. These are the 2 women who were tortured by John Burnham. And so what I am trying to do is to create a space where I can teach young people about their history, and where I can bring in other artists to tell the stories and to sell art. I do not sell my art. I just create it to teach about the history. And so that's what I hope to do here in Burnham. So thank you so much.
How about say, where exactly, which one set the art studio at?
The Art Institute of Chicago.
No.
Okay.
He said, where would you like to set it up?
Just someplace in Burnham where I could have a studio space, where I could exhibit art, where I could bring in people to do workshops. I would like to work with some high school students and some college students. And I also work with a lot of seniors who want to learn and improve their quilting. Also, these works are my nephew's works. He is also an artist. Yeah, I take responsibility for that, because I told him he would be a great artist, and I told him, don't think about your father, think about me. So yes, so this is his artwork, and I hope to have him also be out here in Burnham with me as we are doing the art.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you very much. Okay, we have another group that will speak to us this evening, to hold development of Torrance Avenue. And we have, I've spoken to a few people, you know, some mixed views, but we'll let you present yourself, and so whoever gonna speak, can you come up?
All right, so first of all, good evening, Mayor and trustees. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Kush. This is my uncle Feroz, and my dad's sitting over there. His name is Bob. So we're a group of entrepreneurs that work on the south side. So they started the family business. We're in hospitality, gas stations, liquor stores, QSRs, you name it. So I just joined, I think, 5 years ago after I graduated my master's. So what I want to do today is propose a redevelopment on a site that is a closed mechanic shop. It's located at 13917 South Torrance Avenue in Burnham. So what we're requesting is to make that property into a gas and wash concept. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's a gas station with packaged liquor sales. It has grocery, it has QSRs like, it's a sandwich shop like Subway, or maybe even like Aurelio's, a pizza spot or something like that. And a gas station itself with gaming. So it's pretty much everything in one building. And for that, we would need a Class 8 property tax incentive, liquor licensing, and gas station zoning. So that's why we're here.
Almost speaking, then the board can ask whatever questions that they may have. Many of the things that you have mentioned, they are kind of like in close proximity of the area that you're proposing in. And, as I said, there have been some pushback and some reservations about this that was coming, so, but I let the board express whatever they might have.
And where was the address again?
So it's 13917 South Torrance Avenue.
It's the old
Yeah,
complete.
so the thing with that's right there off the neighborhood, and we have like a trucking company right there.
Okay,
So I'm concerned about the traffic right there.
okay.
Second concern, that we have a gas station,
Mhm.
almost a couple blocks, not that far, it's like walking distance away. And we haven't had no trouble over there.
Okay.
Anytime we need anything, they make sure things are clean over there. We don't hear a lot going on, so I'm very concerned that will take away some business from them, and it's so close. I'm not against us putting another gas station in Burnham when we got the room, but for that specific spot, I'm very concerned. And obviously, again, since it's so close in neighborhoods, I like the gas stations have business like the one off of Torrance, to be off a nice, good, busy street where people come in and out, but not inside the neighborhood, people coming out with a trucking company, with the trucks coming out. That's a deep concern of mine. Yeah, so it's not much of a question, but that's a deep concern
Okay.
that if I were to know, that would be why. But I'm not against us looking around to see if there any other land that may be open for that. I'm not against your idea, just that right there, I don't think that's the best space, my personal opinion.
Other board members? Other board members?
It's probably about a mile from the other gas station, you know, it didn't seem like it's a couple blocks, it is on the
I
other
mean,
side, the other side of the
If
bridge.
you're in a car, it's less than a minute to the other gas station. And the other gas station off of Torrance, off the expressway. That's another thing too, like even off Burnham Street over there, that's nice, that's not a bad place, but I'm not sure if it's up to the neighborhood people over there, but that's another busy street that there's no gas station at all the way up to 140, there's no gas station over there. And you may have to compete in Indiana on that side, but like there's nothing over there if you want to look and see, but that'll be up, we can talk more on that side to those people over there. But over there, I think that's tight competition right there.
I don't necessarily believe in zoning, we don't know.
Okay.
But how big of a subway would you think,
So I'll let my uncle answer that, so he's more experienced in all the development side, so I'll let him speak.
Sorry, what was the question?
How big of a subway shop?
Oh,
were you
subway
thinking
shop.
of? Yes.
So subway shops are typically 1,000 to 1,200 square feet, along with the kitchen. That would be a part included in the whole development.
Everybody does them like that now, there's everything at gas stations, right? White Castles, Hardee's, Taco Bell's, Burger King, it seems like every gas station has food now. The one on 159th in South Holland has a Hardee's, it's part of it, right? It's common for all the gas stations now to have some kind of fast food.
Did you mention something about groceries? groceries?
So, yes, I did. So with that, so with the gas station, obviously, like, it's a convenience aspect, right? So it wouldn't be like a full grocery store, but like snacks, candy, beverages, things like that, where, you know, when a car comes in, they want something to eat or something off the interstate or anything like that. That's what, you know, you would provide to them, so something like that.
What brand of, gas station would it be?
Um,
Citgo, BP?
So it would be a top tier gas station, so nothing small. It'd definitely be either a BP, which we're approved of, a Shell, which we are also approved of, or
ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil. There you go. So something, you know, like top of the line, nothing, you know, in the basic tier.
Okay, so I agree with the trustee. I actually live in that area, and I patrol the area as well. That'd be a bad area for a gas station. Again, like he was saying, we haven't had any problems over there, but that area and that space, safety-wise, I don't think that'd be a good idea at all for a gas station right there.
There's actually been a lot of accidents because of trucking facilities in that
Too
area.
congested.
And the mechanic shop across the street,
Credit union.
it's very busy, cars coming southbound, look like cars going in excess of 70 miles an hour every day.
You got people pulling out, and you got cars at high rate of speed, it's gonna cause a problem.
Okay, any other questions?
I'm just, like, it's a little gas station, but we can look around and see something else open.
I mean, is it okay to address your concern right now, if everybody's done with the comments? You know, I don't want to like do a counter thing right now unless, you know, we hear all the comments. So we appreciate your concerns from the law enforcement and, you know, trustee.
And like the trustee said, the police said, we might have, couple other properties maybe a little bit later in the year. The possibility, so, I'll make the announcement to the board once we get it. If that happens, I anticipate it will happen this year. Okay. So, we'll get back.
Okay. One of the things we can do is we can put a fence which will separate the neighborhood and the gas station. We can do a lot of things once we sit down and assure that it will not be nuisance. And also, we have business in Linwood. If you take Torrance all the way south, Glenwood, Dyer and Torrance, the mobile gas station, we are very corporate, socially responsible business people. The Veterans Park in Linwood was donated by our family. You can ask Mayor Jada Curry and all the 6 trustees of Linwood. When we heard about it, it was in Lansing Journal and Chicago Tribune on the front page that our family donated $10,000 for that Linwood Veterans Park. And in Posen, the off-duty police officer was injured in an accident. And our family, when we read in the Facebook page of the Posen Blue Island area, we reached out to the police chief and the mayor, and we were able to raise $10,000 to our gasoline distributor, and we matched that fund from our family. In Calumet Park, where my daughter was a police officer, she passed away in 2021 in a car accident. So I have very close affiliation with Calumet Park. So with Mayor Danson over there is a police officer who had a rare cancer on his left feet, and the left feet had to be amputated. So my daughter pension that was coming from the state was $4,000. Our family matched another $4,000. We are not just saying to get this thing approved. We are not strategic business people, like, you know, strategy just to go into community and showcase all this. No, this is out of conviction. We believe it's a moral and ethical obligation on the local business to reinvest back in the local community. I live in Harvey since 1992. My family lives in Harvey since 1970. I understand the local community culture and the challenges we have into the Southland. Mayor Jada Curry is the president of the South Suburban Mayor Caucus, and I work very closely with Mayor Jackson of Riverdale, Mayor Jason Hout of Dalton, Mayor Clark of Harvey, new Mayor Hazelcrest Mayor. We just did a 300 hot meals giveaway in Hazelcrest. We are part of the fabric of the local community. We just do not come in the community and take the money away. And we will be very mindful of any concerns the trustees have. We'd like to work together. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the comment, and, you take everything on the line.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so do we have any communications, memorials, of this month? Oh, oh. Thank God. Down from the hill is down, Tennessee. The lady, the other day, Neil sister. Cheyenne? Yeah, there you go. Cheyenne, oh my God.
CHEYENNE.
So do we have a moment for silence from Ms. Cheyenne, please? Okay, thank you. Do we have any unfinished business? Do we have any new business? And I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion for trustee Claybrook. I need a second.
Second.
Well, they just find second by trustee Green. Will you please call the roll?
Trustee Cash,
Yes.
trustee Hodges,
Yes.
trustee Garcia, trustee Greer,
Yes.
trustee Richardson,
Yes.
trustee Claybrook.
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you for coming.